80% of your revenue comes through retail, which is the complete inversion of most brands, in general, but especially in the sort of the clothing space. Is the next stage for you guys, do you think, more retail, or do you have to go to that D2C thing? Do you have to make that model work harder for you so you reduce the importance of retail sales, do you think?
Yeah, I was just going to touch on what Sam said, and it's the point that you've just made. Because we do 80% of our business in store, it's meant that we've met a lot of our customers personally.
Yeah.
So we know them on a deeper level than most fashion brands would if you were buying something online, which builds a greater sense of community. And just to quickly touch on that, on a very basic level, batch is everything to us. So if you buy a batch suit, for me, you're a friend for life. When I see somebody come like that, and that's how you build community, genuine care and love for your customers.
Yeah.
And we have that. And because we do 80% of our business in store, it's not an email or a number or an address. It's a face and a name and a 20, 30, 40-minute conversation of getting to know somebody, which is very powerful. But to your point, we've definitely done the hard bit first. Physical retail is something that brands take on after 5, 10, 15 years in business where they're turning a profit online and they can afford to run a shop and not be too concerned if the shop is profitable or not because they're paying for it with their online sales. We're the opposite at the moment. Everything is kind of hinged around our physical retail space, which is excellent. So in theory, getting the online element of the brand working and operating as well as the in-store experience shouldn't be too hard to fix. As it stands, at 4 years old, we invested heavily in physical retail because it's our highest converting channel. 7 out of 10 people that try on a batch suit in store will buy it. So we're like, right, let's double down on what's working. We like doing events. We like hosting our community. It's a casual suit. It's already something that you want to try on before you buy it. You also pay and wait for it. So physical retail is always going to be massive for us. The challenge now and what we're investing heavily in at the moment is getting that online piece right. So we're sat in this beautiful store in Covent Garden. Can we replicate that experience online where people understand the model, they understand the product, they understand it's not made to measure, it's made to order. So all you have to do is pick your normal sizes. You'd be a medium jacket and a 32 short trouser, I reckon. Buy your sizes. Right, it's as simple as that. Buy your sizes online and wait for it to arrive.
Yeah.
So investing heavily this year in getting that piece right, because the best sales are when you're sat at home with your feet up having dinner, or you're on holiday and people are buying stuff online. And for order for batch to get to the lofty heights that we have for it, that piece has to work better. So yeah, that's kind of the target over the next 6 to 12 months, is to get that piece right. And then suddenly the made to order model, everything that we've just talked about previously, this profitable business model that we've created starts to really tick, because the time created and serving customers online is totally different to in-store.
Yeah. And then I think, sorry to interrupt, but then I think at that point, that's when we start to expand our retail. So it's like retail's really strong and powerful, bring the online up to the same level.
Yeah.
Then at that point, we can expand the retail, and retail acts as more than just a revenue channel. It's a fantastic one, but as Julian sort of alluded to, and as we've been talking about, it's a great place to meet your community, meet your customers, engage with them. We've got ambitions to take the brand global, but across the UK first, connect with a whole new audience in Manchester that we wouldn't have come across or wouldn't have heard of us, or vice versa, and use it as a marketing hub, as a brand hub, as well as a revenue making opportunity, and those two things then start to grow each other. The online supports the retail and vice versa.
Let's pause there, because what these guys are really showing here is how dangerous it can be if you blindly follow the default startup playbook. In modern brand building, especially in the fashion sector, there's an assumption that direct to consumer is the smartest place to start. Build the website, run the ads, scale online, bosh, done. And then maybe open into retail later once the numbers stack up. In fact, a lot of fashion brands have the model where DC is so strong that retail is a brand build play is not such an important revenue driver. That's just become the accepted path. But Batch have gone completely the other way about it. And what's interesting is that they've not done that just to be contrarian for the sake of it. They've done it because it makes more sense for the product. It makes more sense for the customer. It makes more sense for the brand. And that's such an important distinction. Too many founders can build around something that's fashionable with business right now, instead of what's actually right right for how their customers want to buy. For Batch, the product's not a cheap impulse purchase. It's not the kind of thing that you quickly add to a basket from a cold Instagram ad, as we were talking about on the episode. It's a considered purchase. It's tactile, it's fit-led, it's style-led. It needs context, it needs explanation, it needs the confidence, and it often needs real human interaction. So in that world, retail is not just a sales channel, it's a trust-building channel, it's a conversion channel, it's a community channel, as they talked about with how they use the event spaces. It's a brand experience channel. And that's why this is such a strong lesson, because they didn't just say, what's the trendy way to scale a fashion brand? They asked, what is the best way we can actually convert? Where do our customers get what we're doing quickest? Where do they understand the value most clearly? And then they double down on it. And that is smart.